Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm going to review Ultraman Gaia, or as they say in Japan, Uruturoman Gaia. Now, this is the 16th Ultra series from 1998, and it consists of 51 episodes. Now, unlike the previous Ultra series, it is not a continuation. Instead, it takes place as its own universe or something. Anyway, the first episode starts by introducing a man named oh, Takayama Kamu, and he was floating around somewhere that looks like another planet, and there he found an older being, and then something happened, and it was revealed that he was in a virtual reality simulation. Yes, he was the guinea pig testing it. Now, Kamu, he is a college student, and yes, he has friends. Now, then suddenly, sometime after, we oh yeah, there is some kind of anomaly that started to begin, and then appeared a kaiju. Now, there is this organization called Cardo, which was created to help with threats that to planet Earth, or as in Japan, Shikyu. And the Japanese branch has a this sub organization called Shigu, and yes, it has some kind of defense force, to help with the threats. And oh yes, it they reside at this thing called the aerial base, which is this kind of like fortress that floats up in the sky. Oh, and also Shigu is in contact with this group called Alchemy Stars. See, Alchemy Stars is a group of geniuses, and well, they're the reason why Cardo was started in the first place, which led to the creation of Shigu. Now, Kamu, he contacted Shigu and told her that they're doing something wrong, and well, they weren't sure whether to listen to him or not because he was a civilian. And then Kamu, he oh yes, wait, before that happened, I forgot to mention that we also introduced this woman named Yoshireko. She is a reporter for a network called KGB, and with her is her cameraman Inomori Pishifumi. I just call him Inomori. That's all I remember. Yes, and yes, they were reporting on what's going on. Now back to Kamu. Well, he felt some kind of strange hole, and then he met up with the older being in the simulator, and the older being gave Gamu power, and Gamu he henshin into Ultraman Gaia, which means Ultraman Gaia, and he started with fighting the kaiju, and that's where the first episode ends. The second episode picks up where the first one left off, with Gaia he fighting a kaiju and defeated it. And eventually, Gaia he became Gamu again, and started to in that same episode, Gamu he one of the pilots was near and he wanted to be taken to the aerial base, and he was and brought there, and Gamu he wanted to be a member of Shiku, and the ones in charge they were like were reluctant about it because everybody at Shiku has trained to be there, and Gamu was just a civilian, but Gamu insisted, and so he was given a chance. Of course, he needed to train first, and he did well. Then we meet with the operation crew. I mean, the names I remember are these two women. They are Rhonda Georgie and Asaki Asuko. Asuko, she wasn't thrilled about Gamu joining, and she would call him a kid or Kotomo, even though they're almost the same age. Let's see. Oh yes. Forgot to mention about Shiku. There are a number of teams. We have Team Hercules, Team Grow, Team Shiku. Let's see. Oh, Team Falcon. Let's see. Well, that's all I can remember. Yes. Oh, but I should mention in Team Hercules, there is a man named Kaijo, and he does play a sort of part in the series, which I will get to later. Anyway, another Kaiju started attacking, and yes, Kamo he went to Earth in order to fight it after becoming Gaia again, and yes, and defeated it. Now, there is an episode where we are introduced to another older being named Uruturoman Aguru, which means Ultraman Agul. And I don't know if it was the same episode or another one, but in one of the episodes we learned that his human host is a man named Fujimiya Hiroja. And now we talked a little bit more in an episode where well where Fujimiya he met up with Reiko, and during a crisis, well Fujimiya it was revealed that he didn't care about human beings, saying that humans are like cancer to the planet and must be eradicated. But Reiko, she didn't agree. And their, their feelings towards us were negative. At first. Now, eventually, there was an episode where Gamo he learned that Fujimiya is a guru, and Gamo he wanted to wanted Fushimiya to work with him, as ultras to help fight the threats. But Fujimiya, well, he only cared about saving the planet. He didn't care about people, and that was a kind of like a struggle. No matter how much Gamu tried to befriend him. Now, another episode you mentioned is where what happened was that Azuko, she was in a trance, and this because what she going through, she had to go home until what she was dealing with has been dealt with. Turns out that she was being haunted by this image of a girl named Riria, who turns out to be a doll she lost at all, and some kind of force was using that image to get to her. And in that same episode, we meet Asuko's sister, older sister, or Ane, named Risuko. And one thing we learn is that she is a widow. Yes, and also in that episode, Gaiju went to their the apartment or mansion, and yes, that's where he meets Risuko. Anyway, the situation with Riria was resolved, and Suko she was able to come back to work now. Now let's see. Episodes afterwards, well, Reiko she finally learned the identity of the. She learned that Fumiya is Aguru the whole time. Of course, they still have some kind of disagreements about their views on things, but there was a scene where Aguru was taking Reiko somewhere, flying her somewhere. Now, episode after that, we learned the origin of Aguru and how Fujimiya got his powers. And what happened was that Fujimiya used to be a member of Alchemy Stars. And let's see, yes, and he and other people were working. One of the other people he was working with was a woman named Inoue Kyoko. Yes, and oh, and also it revealed that Fujimiya had a pet hamster or something. Yeah, and they were working on some kind of machine and or a supercomputer called Precisu, which is supposed to predict any threats coming to Earth. And one of the prediction was the radical destruction bringer. And according to Kraisu, the the ones responsible for it was would be humans, and that's when Fujimiya got the idea that Earth need to be safe from humans, so the threat cannot come to pass. And then something happened, and at the tank, and some kind of let's see, force appeared, which caused Fujimiya to henshin into Aguru. and both Fujimiya and Kyoko they left Alchemy Stars, and I think in the same episode, outside the flashback, Kamu he met up with Kyoko, and yeah, he learned some things about you know their past. Now, in another episode, well, during an attack, well, Fujimiya he well, there was a scene that has somebody was about to fall on of the little girl, but Fushimiya saved her, and well, after that, he wondered why he would save the life of one human being despite his philosophy. And then in the same episode, well, the heads of Shiku they suspected Fujimiya of his involvement with what's going on, and Kamu he believed that Fujimiya wasn't responsible, but and of course that through in charge of Shiku, well, once they learned about what Kamu was doing, he was fired from there, and he had to leave, and uh, he, of course, also I don't know the same episode, but the one before, but Kyoko she was killed during a kaiju attack, and also Fujimiya learned that a Crisis lied about humans being responsible for the upcoming destruction, and well, he was questioning everything he ever believed in, since he became a guru. And Gamu, well, since Fujimiya believed he wasn't worthy of his uh, power, he gave it to Gamu, and Gamu became a new version of Gaia and started to fight the kaiju at that episode and won. Now, episodes later, there was, well, happy was Gamu went to Canada, and there he met a woman named Catherine, who was also part of Alchemy Stars. And they were dealing with a kaiju that was causing trouble over there, and he dealt with it. Let's see. Oh yes. Through some time, Fujimiya he was well traveling around trying to find some answers to things. And then we get to an episode where he oh, I forgot to mention that yes, Kamu he earned his spot back at Shigyu. I mean at Shigu. Yes, and well, anyway, back to Fujimiya. Yes, well, he returned to Japan, and he well during a crisis, well, after what trouble Khan was having with the kaiju, Fujimiya he wanted to help, but since he doesn't have his power anymore, but then something happened and he became a new version of Agru, and both he and Gaia started to fight the kaiju together, and now they were officially a team. Episodes of the Dead, Gamu he traveled to Germany, and there he once again met up with Catherine, and the yeah spent some time together. Yeah, it was a kaiju friend, but Gamu took care. I mean, Gaia took care of it, and let's see, episodes afterwards. Um, well, there was an episode where well, oh yes, Kaijo and Risugu finally became a couple, and also well, Catherine she arrived at the aerial base, and well, when Catherine and Kamu went to do something together, Asuko was jealous, causing her to break her pen. There was the recurring gag that happens involving so there's a love triangle with with Kamu, Catherine, and Asuko. Now, episode afterwards, we get to the final battle, and oh, I forgot to mention that Reika she did return to work after being missing for some time. Now, to the events leading to the final battle, uh, oh yes, well for one thing, the red is, I forgot to mention there's this group called the Radical Destruction Cult, which is a cult that embraces that upcoming destruction, thinking that that humans should be eradicated, and they embrace the radical destruction bringer. Now, finally, back to the events leading to the final battle. And what happened was that, well, something happened that caused the aerial base to not be able to be in the sky anymore. So everybody had to evacuate before the whole thing could come down. And yes, everybody left in time, and the base fell down and was destroyed. And well, this a kaiju appeared, and both both Gamu and Fushimiya, they henshin into their older forms and started to fight it. And then came this giant being, and everybody wondered if it was an angel or Denchi. Of course, in the next episode, it's revealed that it wasn't an angel; it was another enemy, and it defeated both Aguru and Gaia, but they were still alive. It just caused them to go back to the human forms, and when that was happening, Ifurume so, well he filmed the whole thing, and it was broadcasted live for the whole world to see. So now everybody knows that Gamu and Fushimiya are Gaia and Aguru. And a lot of people come on her, but fortunately, their allies didn't help. And then we get to the final battle where, well, there's such a big game, and well, both Gamu and Aguru they henshin into their older forms. They fought and defeated the enemy. Yes, and hmm. afterwards, everybody went back to, well, mostly went back to their normal lives. I mean, Gamu, he went back to college and was going to graduate. And well, I don't remember what Fujimiya did, but now with the fight is over, well, Earth was in peace for the time being, and that was the end of Ruderman. I mean, Uruturoman Gaia. Now, what do I think of the series? I think it was a bit better than Dinah, but not better than Tiga. But at least Kama was in a hothead like forgot his name, but the host of Dinah. So yes, now if it's the right version to watch this series or not, I don't recommend it because one of the episodes have a certain scene. I won't say what it is, but children should not watch it for that reason. So yes, and also probably out some things as well from my review, but I did the best I could to remember a lot of the important stuff. So yes, I think that's all I can say about Ultraman Gaia in this video. And also, please subscribe to my channel because it will help me a lot. And also, please share this video on social media like Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. So that's it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.